Hi everybody, it's Lynn from Lynn's Craft Designs. I've got some Let's Resin mica powders. I've got the seashell and the cyan. The spring green and the blue. The blue violet and the dark blue. What I'm going to attempt to do is to simulate, that's the word, simulate my own color change / chameleon powder colors. Alright, now I'm gonna do that in this giant seashell dish mold. This one. Okay? What I'm gonna do, this is the other seashell mold. The one I did before, the soap dish mold. Little Trinketdish mold. I have turned it inside out. I'm going to use it in the lid to displace some of that resin so it won't use so much resin to fill up this hole, cause lordy, I don't know what that is, 6 ounces, 8 ounces on its own. So I'm going to use that to displace some of that resin. I've done this before on other projects. You can go back and watch them. The Hershey's Kisses, the water draw mold, and that giant lattice trinket box. I'm not kidding, that lid is that thick. If you poured the whole thing, it would be that thick all over. I don't know how much it would weigh, but you would waste a bunch of resin. So I did one of the silicone mixing cups, and I turned it upside down in that lid. I could have used something bigger, but it did work. Okay, man, I really wish the middle of this dish was that shiny, but it's not. Okay. I don't really see a need to turn this right side out, but so we're not gonna. Let's start with, this is the dark blue and the blue violet. Now, I'm sure all of these are not open because I haven't used them before. So, bear with me a minute while I... Okay. Now, I want to do this in kind of a random sort of fashion. Okay. Now remember, this is a faux. If I was gonna do a more realistic color change or chameleon look, I would I would mix the colors together before I put them on. Okay. But this ought to work really well. Now, where the two colors blend, you want to give them a blend. You want to brush them around. Okay. Don't worry, I'll go back and clean up my mess when I'm done. Okay, that was the dark blue and the blue violet. This one is the blue and the spring green. Okay. Now, I can kind of tell where there's not as much powder. That is where I am adding the next color. Okay. Now, that doesn't leave much room for our cyan and our shellfish. Shellfish, seashell. So I am going to forgo the cyan and just do the seashell. Maybe. Hey, there is a little room. I am going to add just a touch of that cyan. Just okay. Now, I don't know how much this mold takes, but I've mixed up 6 ounces of resin. I'm going to add 4 scoops of this this is the iridescent blue from the Leo Bro I think it's the collection that's the color changes. I don't know what else to say. It is listed in my Amazon shop, if it's still available. Okay. And deal with the base first. Now remember, this one I did the mica powders just on the inside. Okay. Now I've done it up till it's just level with the bottom. I'm going to add just a little bit more to bring it up. Okay. Now, you might say, that doesn't seem like much. In the bottom of there. Okay. But that's all I'm going to put. Now, I'm going to set my timer on my phone for 2 hours. I want to come back in 2 hours and pour the rest. I am pouring just a little bit in the bottom to give something for this to set on. Okay? So, I'm going to put these on my drying rack. I don't have a heat mat or anything like that. I'm going to put these on my drying rack and set the alarm for 2 hours on that one. Okay? I'll be back. Okay, now I've got 4 ounces. I have already stuck down the insert, I'm going to call it. Great, got glitter stuck to my steak. Alright. Now, this can be tricky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide it over to the side. And just give myself a little room to pour. And very slowly I'm going to pour this and let it go all the way around. A little bit more. Okay. Now, okay. Just want to get that a little more centralized. Okay. Okay, I'm just making sure there's no bubbles getting trapped. Don't appear to be. Okay. Just gonna... Uh-oh. I started to float. Okay, maybe that'll make it a little heavier. Yeah, that has worked. Alright? It is just barely domed up. And I've got a leaky cup. A drippy cup. Ah, drippy cup. Okay. Now I have barely an ounce left, so I can either mix up a little more, do something else, or I can find something to pour that in. So I will get back to you in the morning when this is cured up. Can I turn the camera off? Alright. Okay. This just really, it seems gigantic. The only other one that I've done that was this, let's say, resin, they use this much resin, sorry. Too much concentration. Okay. Okay. Now remember, I did not do the sides, okay? I just, with the mica powder, sorry. I just did the bottom. Little bit of flashing there, it needs to come off. The dangers of demolding. Okay, that is really pretty, but it's not shiny. It's not shiny. Tell me, y'all, is that a mold flaw? Because that is super shiny. That, not so much. Okay. That was just a wait. Alright, that worked. I knew it would, but... a little mold, no worse for wear. We took all of that weight out. That is like so awesome. And we had overspill so much of the way around. Okay. There we go. I don't know what to do about the lid not fitting, but I'll work on it a little bit more.